going to show you here how to do some glute activation drills, basically how to fire your glutes and get them working properly. Typically we're going to do these on days that you squat or days that you deadlift, where the emphasis is on glute activation. Particularly when we're using bands, they're really good for forcing your hips back and your knees out, which just causes your glutes to get engaged a little bit better. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab a band, break it in half with your feet, make an X with it, get your shoulders tight. From there, we got to go wide with the feet, put a bit of tension on the band, hips back, force the knees out. We're going to take some small steps sideways. Typically we're doing about say 10, 15 or 20 one way, and then 10, 15, 20 the other way. You've got to make sure when you're doing this that you're really sticking your hips back and you really force your knees out and keep the tension on the band. Right, so a mistake will be something like that, knees collapsing in, or if the knees are out but the tension is coming off the band all the time when you take a step. So step wide, drop the hips, force the knees out, tiny steps. We can come forward as well, say 10 to 15 forward, 10 to 15 backwards. Okay, you're going to feel this really burning in towards your backside. Alternatively, we can do it with one of these small mini bands. Same principle, same idea. This time we're popping the bands in just below your knees. They're just a little bit more convenient to use smaller bands. Go wide, drop the hips, stepping sideways, walking forwards, walking backwards, small steps, knees out. We can hit a squat where we go slow down, 5-10 seconds. Hit the bottom, forcing the knees out. Really feel it here in your backside. Come up slow. And then we can do other drills like sideline clamps. With the bands, feet in close to your butt, knees on top. Lift one side up. Do some glute bridges. Go wide with the feet, bring them in close to your butt. Hips up and squeeze your backside. All the time, keep pushing the knees out. Don't let them get collapsed in. That tells me that you are using your glutes. Okay, so they're just some glute activation drills. Really good for getting your backside working. And again, we're typically going to do these on deadlifts and squat days to get more power and more strength output.